Knowledge. Knowledge has kept us alive for these many long years. You, our precious collector, are what has advanced our scientific goals so far. Farther than we ever thought possible. Your time has come again.
I am Groot. Oh, you are kidding me.
Morph and Ally Are Mapping the Galaxy is a two-dimensional side-scroller Metroidvania centered around adaptation and change. The game was created for the PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC. Set far in the future, a super-adaptive alien named Morph and his AI navigator Ally are on an intergalactic mission to collect flora and fauna samples and perform experiments on 9 worlds scattered throughout the universe. The mysterious curator has sent these two on this mission every 1,000 years in order to extract extremely rare DNA samples to use in creating a cure for the genetic disorder that crippled humanity 100 millennia ago. Trapped on a space station near the galactic center, all of humanity, save for the curator, are in stasis, slowing down the aging process to 1/1000th of a percent. However, eons have passed and a cure has yet to be found. The curator oversees 9 distinct planets, each with vastly different biological specimens along with unique alien civilizations. The player is tasked with collecting sample DNA from the apex species on each planet, 1 plant, 1 animal, and perform a water test on each of the planet's largest oceans. But to understand which specimens to gather and where they are located, Morph and Ally must gather information by interacting with these alien civilizations. Not all of them are happy to have visitors. Some will tell Morph and Ally what they need to know right away. Others will put the team to task for the precious info. The game begins with Ally landing the starship Eraser 1 on planet Zebin Alpha. We see Morph take out the starship core from its vault and exit the ship. Immediately, we see Morph's body shift. His lungs adapt to the strange atmosphere of the planet. Muscles expand in his legs and back, adapting to the higher gravity. Along the path to their first settlement of Mardukba, Morph encounters the first set of gameplay obstacles. Enormous tree roots have overgrown the once well-trafficked path. Here, we learn to perform well-timed jumps, climb vines, and avoid biting snakes and ferocious insect swarms. The art style is one of exaggerated realism. Characters have larger eyes and oversaturated colors. Terrain is obscured by swirling mists. We hear the ambient sound of crickets, buzzing insect wings, and a distant roar just audible. We see whooshing blue rivers, hear leaves rustling, all with exquisite attention to detail and color. All of this blends together to create an alien and beautifully engaging, rapturous environment. Continuing along, Ally instructs Morph to take out the power core and press the red button. An interface window overlays the scene, showing location data, a progressively drawn map, and an adaptive power selection and description section. The user interface has a techie look and feel that subtly blends into a natural biological theme. The science surrounding the genetic, technological, and biophysical elements of the game are all as accurate as possible. We have a consulting team of top researchers providing accurate detail about the in-game phenomena. After overcoming challenges and reaching the settlement of Mardukba, Morph and Ally encounter the tribal leader, Nicknock. Bleary-eyed and simple, the tribal leader demands a tribute before he will contend to answer any questions. Thus begins the first NPC quest of the game. Toward the middle of the game, Morph and Ally have succeeded in their mission thus far and are moving on to the 4th planet. During space travel, a distress beacon is picked up. Astonishingly, the message is human, and that demands investigation. Ally is in control of the spacecraft and must guide it to a safe docking area so Morph can investigate the destroyed ancient human craft. Maneuvering left and right, controlling thrust, compensating for gravity, dealing with solar wind, and dodging floating scraps of metal will be the first of a number of exciting challenges faced while playing with Ally in the starship Eraser 1. Upon successful docking, Morph discovers something amazing on the station. A modulator for the power core. A truly ancient upgrade. As soon as Morph moves the modulator towards the ship's unique power core, something fascinating happens. Allow us to introduce you to tech gene splicing. The modulator affected the power core with a sapient cellular material. Morph is now able to adapt to the ship's power core itself due to its Cell-U informational coding. This allows Morph to combine his genetic adaptations with the technological upgrades available for the starship. Ally encourages Morph to test some of the ship's upgrades with his genetics. The ship's laser tech combines with genetic sonar to produce an astounding result. High-powered sound that is powerful enough to form a force shield, keeping insects, stalactites, even spears from reaching Morph. The sound shield biotech combination has been added to the core log. Morph's wing glide adaptation, plus the ship's thrust powers, allows for higher double jumps, allowing Morph to reach thus far impossible heights. In the Metroidvania style, these new powers will allow Morph to return to previous worlds and enter new areas previously inaccessible. The power combination and usage data will appear in the user interface. Experimenting with the combinations will have both powerful new abilities and sometimes hilarious failures. As we enter the harsh desert environment of the fourth planet, Excelsior 11, Ally notices something very strange. Technology on the planet has not improved from their last visit 1,000 years ago. In fact, certain more advanced technologies on the planet now lay dormant and unused. Our heroes soon realize that the experiments in the oceans of the worlds were actually part of a secret plan crafted by the Curator, one Morph and Ally were forced to unwittingly implement. The story takes a more serious tone. Somber music plays, and emotions begin to awaken inside Morph. Previously created to be a blank slate, Morph seems to have been affected deeply by the plights of the civilizations he's helped. He's adapted to their emotions and has begun to feel. Ally makes a snide remark, but soon recognizes she is powerless to resist the change in herself, because she now begins to catalog Morph's emotions and calculate and understand human moral dilemmas. The team has been changed forever. The end of the game will feature planets ravaged by the extreme sensitivity to the Curator's gene bender experiment. We see dead civilizations, people living in fear, unable to explain what happened to themselves.
Please, grant me death.
Things have gone very wrong in the darker corners of the universe. Morph and Ally continue their mission, hoping to find a cure for humanity in the last few planets remaining on their list, because if a cure is found, the Curator won't have to alter these planets again. The art style here is one filled with deep browns, void-like blacks, and violent reds. Dust clouds and tumbleweeds blow across the stark landscapes. An aura of loss permeates everything. Looking for information about the mission objectives is much more difficult here. The citizens are unfriendly. Many even lunge at and attack Morph. Morph must evade these new dangers using new powers such as double jump, shields, sonic stuns, and even a freeze ability. Different powers must be experimented with and understood in order to meet the challenges of these new later levels. With no cure found, Morph and Ally travel back to the Curator's station to confront him about the horrors the gene bender has wrought. Upon arrival, the Curator attempts to force Morph back into stasis, but Morph's adaptation capabilities have advanced far enough that he can negate the attack. The final confrontation occurs between Morph and Ally and the minions of the Curator. Cloned copies of Morph without emotional adaptations start to attack. 9 copies attempt to disable both the ship and subdue Morph, attempting to render him unable to negate the stasis sleep. This final battle will pit power against canceling power, fire against ice, genome-altering mosquito swarms against sonic shield. Using the newly acquired stasis ability, Morph will lock down each of the 9 copies, and then take on the Curator himself. This is the battle Morph has been training his entire mission for. All of the skills will be tested, and all of the powers will be utilized. After defeating the minions and the Curator, Morph and Ally take over the facility and become the new Curator. With the duty passed on to more moral characters and more time to find a cure, the player ends the dark finale with a smile on their face and hope in their hearts. Morph and Ally are Mapping the Universe is a game about transformation. Sometimes change brings about something useful and positive. Other times, it does not. Sometimes someone is afraid of change and tries to stop it. Other times, change must be stopped. Changing locations, changing people, changing the future of humanity and the very universe. Morph and Ally end up changing themselves. And all change starts with you.